Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, Lily, rude. So today I'm going to be doing a full face of e.l.f. products. Now I do want to do a small disclaimer. I don't have 100% all e.l.f. products. So I don't have a mascara. I don't have an eyeliner, and I don't have a concealer. I think those are the only three things I don't have. I should have everything else though. So yeah, and I do have a few brushes. So I think that's it. Oh, also if I don't have a product, I am still going to use an affordable drugstore item. So yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. I'm really excited. So yeah, let's go ahead and just jump into the video. Look at this, you guys. Look at this. Lily scratched me. What's on my face? Isn't that like rude? Dark, and then I have one like itty bitty teeny tiny little zit right here. This one's healing. I think that's it. I'm so excited. My skin is looking so good. Okay, let's move on, right? That's what you're thinking. Move on. Let's go. Let's go ahead and just start with our eyes. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Pro Eyeshadow Primer. Put this on my ring finger. Also, don't mind like my super bright and like grubby shirt. My mom got it when she was in Florida. But yeah, I'm having kind of a lazy day, and I was just like, you know what? We're just not gonna really change out of our comfy clothes today. Like then, as opposed to the other one, which had more of like an emollient, like oily feel to it. So I already think that's gonna be better. All right, so now, pretty sure this has a mirror in it. Yeah, it does. I'm gonna take my Mad for Matte 2 eyeshadow palette. Take this e.l.f. brush. It is a e.l.f. blending brush. And I'm gonna take this very first shade right here, which is just a pretty fleshy, peachy kind of color, just to set the primer down. This is just a Morphe Y16 brush. It's just a very fluffy blending brush. And I'm gonna go into this like third shade right here. It's a really kind of warm camel color. Put that right in my crease. I have absolutely no clue what kind of look I want to do today. Totally just winging it. This color. It's like a rosy kind of color. We're gonna put that just a little bit below that crease. And this is a Morphe M573. There's really not a lot of kick up to these, which I don't mind at all. Here's the thing. I'm not too picky when it comes to like kick up with my shadows. As long as they blend well and the outcome looks nice, like they've got like a pretty good pigmentation. I really, truly, and honestly could care less if they have a lot or a little bit of kick up, but some people really don't like it. So I always just want to make sure I'm letting everybody know what they are like. Same thing with like swatches. Sometimes products don't swatch very well, but then you put them on their eye and they look really good. Or sometimes the exact opposite will happen and they'll swatch like amazing and then they don't look very good on the eye. So I really fully believe you can't know anything until you actually test it. So what I'm gonna do is take this. This is an e.l.f. blending eye brush, and I'm gonna take this purple shade. This purple shade is like seriously calling my name. I want to try it. And this I'm going to put in this outer corner here. This is not going on my eye. Well, I guess it's pretty dark. It's not going on as much as as dark as I thought it was going to. Okay. I'm gonna use my finger, and I'm actually just gonna put this all over my lid. We're gonna kind of YOLO this. Ooh, I actually really like that. Sometimes your best tool is your finger. Ooh, yeah, that's actually super pretty. Okay, good call, good call. So I'm gonna dip back into that other like rosy, pinky kind of shade. And I lost some of that when I put that color when I used my finger. So I'm just gonna redefine that color. Do you guys ever have that thing where like one eye just looks way better than the other? I feel like this eye is giving me some problems today. Don't be starting issues. This one, this is just a smaller e.l.f. brush. It says an e.l.f. crease brush. It's literally just a smaller version of the other one. I just maybe want to see how pigmented this black is. And maybe work some of that in. Well, this is actually a really nice black. It's not too pigmented. It's really pretty. It was a very good description, wasn't it? It's not too pigmented, but it's like, sometimes, you know, when your brain just doesn't work. It's been a really stressful, like last week and this week have been really, really stressful just in my personal life. And so I think I'm just kind of like, what? Okay, so I'm gonna take, this is just a Morphe E27. It's just a really fluffy blending brush, and I'm just gonna just take this to the corners. That one really needs to be done again. And just kind of smooth it out, blend it out, you know. One last swipe underneath. Okay. Okay, so that's it for the eyes for the time being. So now let's move on to the face. And I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. I'm really excited for this. Okay. Oh, that is an aggressive spray. Okay. I'm nervous. Oh, God. Okay, and I want you guys to know, like, I had a full arm length out when I sprayed this, and it's like all over my face. So I'm gonna take my Morphe sponge and just pat this in. This is the e.l.f. Lock On Face Primer. This is like supposed to be super tacky. There it is. So that's what it looks like. Now this does not say by any means that it is a pore filling primer. It is so sticky. I wonder if you guys can like hear that. Can you hear that? You guys hear that? Oh my God. So I'm gonna let that sit for a second. I don't want to like just go right in with my foundation yet, especially because it's so sticky. I want to give it a second to like settle in. So while that's working and doing its thing, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. I do have this, I used it last time. It is the e.l.f. brow pencil in, oh, here it is, a neutral brown. I really like this. They did come out with newer ones that are more, you can kind of see this as like a wider, more rounded tip. When it first came, it was pretty pointed, and then obviously the more you use it, the more like rounded it's going to become. So they did have some that are actually more of like a precise tip. I actually don't mind this one. I'm going to say pretty waxy in consistency. So if you don't like that, you may not like this primer, this eye pencil, but I like, that's good enough. I'm really not too concerned with my brows today. They're not like the best brows I've ever done, but they'll work. I don't have any brow setting stuff, but this is fine. Okay, so I feel like a little bit better. I feel like I could actually like work with this now. My mixing palette. So I'm gonna take the e.l.f. Oh gosh, it's not on here. Flawless Finish Foundation in Light Ivory. This is the lightest shade they had because last time it was way too dark. e.l.f. does not have a very good selection. I will say that this is like a really pretty high-end looking bottle. You know, it's glass, it's frosted, it's like very sleek for I think $4. So I am gonna add like a drop or two of my NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in the olive shade. Nope, I'm gonna need more. It looks a little bit better. It might even be a smidge too dark, but I don't care. So I'm gonna do this two different ways. I'm gonna try it half my face with one of my all-time favorite foundation brushes. This is the e.l.f. Foundation Blurring Brush. Take some of that on here. Maybe smidge dark. Actually, now that I'm blending it in, that actually looks pretty good. Pretty spot on. Good job, me. Okay, this definitely has a scent to it. Maybe it's SPF, but it doesn't smell too SPF-y to me. I don't know, but it definitely has a scent. It is sheer to medium coverage. So this is not full coverage. I didn't really say. It just says lightweight and oil-free formula designed to help even your skin tone for long-lasting, beautiful, oh, semi-matte finish. Okay, which I would say is pretty true. It's pretty semi-matte. So I'm gonna go in with my Morphe sponge and take that product. Oh, I got a lot of that product. And I got it in my hair. We're a hot mess, that's all right. Yay me, I put that on without ruining my brows. So I'm just gonna take whatever's remaining on my brush and just kind of sweep it down a little bit. Cause it is, I did do a pretty good match, like pretty good. My skin is a little bit more olivey, but it's okay. But I just wanna use the rest of the product. There wasn't like a lot left on my little palette. So it has more coverage than I expected. It did say it was a semi-matte, but honestly, I'm kind of feeling like it is a little more glowy than that, but that could just be me and my opinion. I don't know. I'm also used to like super matte. I don't have a concealer, so I am using the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer in CW03. And I haven't used this one before, I don't think. So, oh, this is gonna be, yeah, super pink. This has like a, I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but it has a really pink undertone to it. My skin is more neutral to yellow than like pink. I don't have a lot of pink undertones in my skin. Definitely more like olive complected, but. You hear moaning? That's Lily. She's a moaner and a groaner. Okay. You know, actually, that foundation, well, the foundation isn't bad either, but that concealer isn't that bad either. Okay. Definitely more glowy than I expected for a semi-matte, for sure. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. Beauty Shield Antioxidant Armored Setting Powder. This small tapered brush, this is an e.l.f. brush. And we're going to use this to set our under eye. I am going to make sure really quickly that it hasn't creased before I set it. It doesn't look like it has. Ooh. I will say I like this powder a lot better than the previous powder I tried. Like a lot better. I actually really like this powder. Now that it's set down and it's more matte, I actually kind of really like this foundation. Like you can definitely still see my skin peeking through. This powder is like a faux show win. I really like this powder. Okay. Let's move on to contouring. So I do have this e.l.f. like duo guy. This is the e.l.f. It's the Fiji Matte. Oh, I forgot my blush. Hold on. Blush that I bought a little while back, but I wanted to use today. So let's use the e.l.f. blush brush and dip into this contour. And this is the Fiji Matte. There is like a Fiji, which has more shimmer. And this product, I already know how it works, and I like it. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I like the way it looks so far. So now I'm gonna do the e.l.f. blush in Mellow Mauve. I think it's a super pretty color. And we'll go ahead and use the same blush brush. Ooh, it's got a little bit of like a sheen to it. It's pretty, very natural looking. But actually, I really like that blush. I think it's really pretty. So I'm going to take my little EcoTools sheer blush, and I'm just going to blend the two together so it's a little more cohesive, a little more seamless. Yeah, that looks so much better. Yes! So excited, guys. Okay, let's finish the eyes before we completely finish off ice. So I'm going to take my eyeshadow palette that I can't find. Here it is. So this is a Morphe Y22 brush, and I'm gonna dip. I'm actually gonna dip into like this color. I haven't tried this color yet. It's a very like peachy, like true peachy kind of color. Tap off that excess, and let's put that under there. It's like taupe kind of color right here on the bottom as well, and smoke that out. This is from NYX. It is the Faux Black Blackberry color. Let's put this in our waterline. Then I'm also going to do my tight line with this as well. I'm just going to smudge it out just a little bit, just so it blends in a little bit with that bottom lash line colors. Okay. Ooh, my eyes look like super green right now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some mascara on. I don't have an e.l.f. mascara. I haven't found an e.l.f. mascara that I'm like wild about. So I'm just gonna use my tried and true L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay, so now let's take, ooh, what highlighting shade should we do? I'm gonna try this one right here. It's a little more of like a pinky kind of color. We're gonna try this. Not really seeing much with this one. I mean, it's there, it's very subtle. There, now it's kind of starting to build up a little bit. I will say I do like this formula better than the baked one. The baked one I had to like scrape off the top layer. These are a lot smoother and I don't have to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on top of it because I feel like this is gonna be a little bit lighter. And just kind of help it blind a little bit more. Oh yeah, there we go. That's better. That's so much better. And then I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist and Set. I don't remember the sprayer on this one. Oh, this actually has a pretty good sprayer. And we have the e.l.f. Natural Lip Lacquer, and then we also have the e.l.f. Pink Kiss Lip Oil. I think I'm gonna go for the Pink Kiss one, the lip oil. NYX lip liner in Peekaboo Neutral. There's very few looks that this doesn't just look amazing with. This just feels so good. I don't know how long lasting this is. I'm obsessed with this color right now. Yeah, so this is the final look. I do like it. I'm gonna go over the products that I used today, what I liked, what I didn't like, etc. So the first thing is this I'm gonna have to test out a little bit more. Obviously I just used it right now and I'm really not doing anything. It's actually 11:30 at night, so I'm not really doing much. So I'm gonna see how this works. The primer, I really like how sticky it is, and it doesn't feel that way, obviously, now. The only thing I don't like about this primer, for me personally, is that it isn't very pore filling, and it doesn't say if it's mattifying or not, which is also why I kind of combined it with these. Otherwise, I did like this. I do want to try it with a more full coverage foundation. I want to see how long it'll last. Definitely think if you want sheer to medium coverage, this is it. You can definitely still see my skin and like any imperfections that I have, but overall it did a really good job. Also, don't look at my two nails. They popped off today. It's a really good product. I don't have any really sheer foundations, so this will be good for me. This is the setting powder. I loved this. Actually, no, the eyeshadow primer. So this, I think I like it better than the last one. However, I do want to try it with other other eyeshadows, because with this palette, I did have a little bit of problems blending out my outer corner. But yeah, so I don't know if it was the primer, I don't know if it's these shadows or what. So same thing with these shadows. I do love the colors. I think they're beautiful. I don't know if it was the shadows or the primer or what, but I do want to try this palette out with my normal eyeshadow primer. Blush, I really like. This is like the second time I've used this blush, maybe the third time, but I really like it. It's super pretty. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it, but it definitely gives you a very natural flush. Yay and nay on this palette. I don't know 100% how I feel. I'm gonna have to play with this one a little bit more, but I don't think it's a bad palette. I just don't know if it's my all-time like favorite palette. I love this so much. I know I do. Definitely want to be buying more of these. It feels very much like the Too Faced ones that I love so much for like a fraction of the cost. So I'm really excited about this. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. We are very close to that 100 subscriber giveaway. And I can't think of anything else. If there's any other looks that you guys want me to do with this eyeshadow palette, let me know. Or I guess maybe in my monthly favorites, I'll let you know how everything else works. But yeah, so like I said, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Oh my goodness. Hi. Hi. Oh, this is how you scratch my face, because you crawled up on mommy. Oh, you're such a mama's girl, aren't you? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, get down. Mama has to film. I gotta do an outro and then we can do whatever you want. Really? Who do you think you are talking to? I'm trying to work here. You're interrupting me. Go away. Okay, Lil, are you gonna clean this mess up? No, you're just gonna watch me do it, aren't you? Lazy.